Hey girl, hey, what's good? How are you? I pray that you are doing well, boo, and that you are moving and grooving, okay? So listen, today I wanted to talk to you ladies about being unstuck, the vision. What does that look like? What do I foresee? Um, what is my plan? What is the idea behind me getting unstuck? Because in everything that we do, I truly believe that you have to have a plan. Um, Without the vision, people will perish. And so you have to have a plan. We have to have a goal that we're working toward. But in having that vision, ladies, be mindful that it's your vision, right? And so because it's your vision, it's based on your perspective. And so with that, I took a pause to ask you, in this time of getting unstuck, when you look at the word stuck, it's basically lack of movement, right? Like there's no growth, there's no building happening. Things are just like at a standstill, like ain't no moving. So with that, in looking at that, because I wanted to talk about isolation and introspection. And so with that, I really want you to, at the end of this, ask yourself, am I stuck in a place of isolation or am I stuck in a place of introspection? And so to explain what I mean by that is, I'm going to give you some definitions. And so isolation, the definition of isolation is the complete separation of others. Sounds like quarantine, right? Funny thing. And so in isolation, though, in us being stuck in a place of complete separation from other people, we really have to evaluate our perspective on this time of quarantine, on this time of isolation. I know that for a person that battles mental health and depression and anxiety, it can pose as a strong difficulty to have a positive perspective on isolation and being quarantined. And there's a lot that goes with that, you know. I know for someone that's a people person, it's very difficult to have a positive perspective as it relates to being quarantined or being isolated. But I want to challenge you today to shift your perspective of isolation. I want to challenge you to view the time of isolation as truly a time of introspection. Introspection is the examination or observation of one's own mental and emotional processes. And so with that being said, what is your perspective? How are you looking at this? You know, are you looking at this moment and saying like, man, I wish I could be around all these people? Is your house in a disarray? Is your heart, is your mind in a disarray? Because you are stuck in a place where you are so caught up in the fact that I gotta be by myself, and that's not the norm for me. I don't know what that means. You know, that's very uncomfortable. Being in a place by myself, being separated from other people, you know, it's very difficult for people that battle loneliness. And so if we can really sit down, though, and shift that narrative for ourselves, shift our perspective, reevaluate and reshape our vision for being unstuck and really focus on it as a time of introspection, sitting down and asking yourself those questions to do some self-reflection. Who am I right now in this time? Who am I? What does my legacy look like at the moment? What things have I done? Have I lived a fulfilling life? Or have I lived a life of just struggle? Have I lived a life of just getting by? Have I lived a life of, hey, YOLO, you only live once? And so that means I'm just going to do what I do, how I do it. It really doesn't matter. It's really not tied to a vision. You only live once. Like, it is what it is. If that is the mindset and the perspective, I want to share with you that it will be very difficult to get in a place of navigating, getting unstuck, because the view of it is not the healthiest view. And so I want to challenge you to take some time and do some self-reflection. Evaluate, who are you in this moment in time in your life? Evaluate, how have I contributed to being stuck? What role have I played in my life having no movement? What is it that I can do differently? What things am I able to hold on to? And what things do I need to let go of? What new norms do I need to accept? In what ways do I need to restructure my thought process, my life, my expectations, my circle? But all of that, again, goes back to doing some internal reflecting, which is that introspection. It goes back to really sitting down with yourself and evaluating you. Who am I? What have I done? What things should I do differently? And so, yeah, ladies, I want to encourage you today to really ask yourself, is this time for me a time of being stuck in isolation or a time of being stuck in introspection? Ladies, let's get it. Jump on board. Let's get unstuck. And so that's all I got for you, boo. I love you. I pray that you are blessed. I want to encourage you to embrace love, be blessed. And that's right. Always share a smile.